All right, so me and Ben here, we're getting loaded up. We're gonna head down to Gainesville, the racetrack there. There's an NHR event. We got invited by a media company to do an interview. So we're on our way. Just got here. Here at the Gainesville Racetrack. We're going in the door to go up in the booth. This will be pretty cool. We'll take you in with us. How's it going? This is Ben.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. One of my guys you haven't seen. So we're up here in the tower. We just passed by the announcer's booth. This is a press area. Looks pretty cool. So I don't have a computer out to you, but I think we have what we need. Yeah. Definitely have some awesome view. They said to worry about rain. So obviously this place is gonna get packed today. We're gonna have some drag racing. We're right here. And we're gonna get some interview time, which is cool. My whole outlook on this is to bring the race audience to the Carly audience. It's 2 in 1, and kind of mingle through NHRA, racetracks like this, Gainesville, other media outlets. Super excited to be a part of this, to be invited in this.
Odds are going against the 65 Falcon, the Mike Betty.
You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Mitchell Gunter. I'm the host of On the Spot Motorsports Media. We do a lot of live streaming racing events here at Gainesville Raceway. We also have podcasts, and we try to keep everyone up to date on NHRA and NASCAR. We're more leaned toward NHRA more than anything, but we do try to throw that factor in NASCAR, who's winning, where the points are at, and stuff like that for our followers.
And how long have you been doing this, your media company?
Well, we've had another podcast page called On the Spot with David Rogers, and I was bringing a lot of guests on as far as racers like Erica Anders, Josh Hart, Justin Ashley, and that page is more political, talking about politics and more news related. And being David Rogers, we talked and we decided to just create another page called On the Spot Motorsports Media. That way we could focus mostly just on motorsports for that particular page.
So obviously then you work with the racetrack, correct? 2 separate entities, right? And then they have you come in to do this type of media to bring recognition to the track net. When is the busiest time here for this track?
This track really never has any downtime. This track runs pretty much all year round. That's what's so great about living in Florida. You know, you go up north there, they'll be lucky if they get to start in early April.
Right.
Because they're still having issues with snow and storms. So we have that luxury down here. We usually start our bracket races in January.
And explain what a bracket race is.
Okay, well, you went up to C-Max and you got to see a lot of the pro teams run. You know, it's heads up.
Yeah.
Bracket racing is where we have several different classes. We have Super Pro. Super Pro, you're allowed to run electronic boxes. We have no box, and that's no electronics. You have to foot brake the car. We have Sportsman, which is foot braking the car. And each one of these classes have certain ETs that you have to run in. You know, there's a beginning and end time for each one of these classes.
And these races are like registered with the NHRA, right? So
yes.
This is real deal here in Gainesville. They're being, you know, the points capped and the times capped, and that's working directly with NHRA. So that's like crazy, you know, little track, Gainesville, Florida, right? What is the biggest event here?
Well, actually, since Jody Kennedy, she's the new track manager. She's been here a little over a year, and she is actually trying to bring other things just besides bracket racing. We have an event called No One Fights Alone. that Ben Whiting puts on. It's a great event. His kid had cancer. So what they do, they run this race, and whatever's left over from the race that is generated, that money goes to St. Jude's Hospital.
Oh, wow.
So that's a big race. We also have the 352 shootout that Derek Putnam puts on. Great event. It was supposed to have been this past month, but due to schedule changes and stuff with Derek, he had to push it back to October the 27th, the 28th. And that is a really neat event. A lot of heads-up racing. No times are displayed on the boards. They do also have an open comp class as well. And it creates quite a bit of a crowd coming out to watch.
I know my biggest thing in meeting Cameron Caruso was to take the race car audience with the car audio audience, which is kind of the same one-on-one. It's cars, it's batteries, it's alternators, it's side-by-sides and golf carts, and try to bring those two together. I know what I've seen is I call them undercover racers because I never knew we had so much in our audience that were into this. And just where we started, all of a sudden you were seeing all this. People knew names, they knew locations. It was crazy to know how much the car guys were into this, and I understand why now. It's exhilarating, it's a rush. It's really cool.